What do you feel about this blatant and utter attack on what is called toxic masculinity and wanting to make men weak and wanting to stigmatize men that are... I saw that thing that you put up about the woman that said, oh, if you talk about your workouts or whatever, you're certainly right-winged. And it's like, what? Yeah. How is caring about your health and whatever put you in a certain political profile? Like, are you serious right now?
You know how it is in America, though. Everything's a political. Everybody's got something you can relate to being a political issue. And that's why I'm glad in Australia, like none of the citizens here even know what the hell's going on. Like most of them don't follow politics. They basically follow American politics and they laugh because they're like, how stupid. Like, both sides are stupid. Like, why can't you guys meet somewhere in the middle? Why is there only two parties? Like, you're either yes or no. There's no middle ground here. It's just ridiculous. I'll tell you. So one of my favorite book series is called The Sword of Truth by Terry Goodkind. And so it's basically, if you like fantasy, like I'm a big fantasy guy. Like I like sci-fi, but I mainly read fantasy. And what I like about fantasy is always a lot of good life lessons. I love a hero story. Like that's my favorite thing. And there's always a lot of like nerds know a lot about philosophy. So you can get a lot of good life lessons. And in this book series, they've got what's called the Wizard's Rules. I think there's 13 of them. The first rule is that people are stupid. Like that's it. And it's like, and then there's the justification is people are stupid. They'll believe things either because they want them to be true or they don't want to believe that they're wrong. So that creates, it's like marketing, right? How do you market? You niche down and you do an opposing view and you get people all amped up. And same thing you said, like with wrestling, you've got what is it? The face and the heel or something. You got So it's like people instinctively like go to the heel because people either love you for being a dickhead or they want to see you get beat. So you win either way. It's like Conor McGregor. He's the perfect example of this. He became a heel because I imagine he got that from wrestling. I can make people either love me or hate me, but they're going to pay attention to me. Yeah. So in a lot of these cases, it's attention bullshit. And it's because people are stupid and they want to take really big, huge leaps with how they're thinking about things. Like we can't, like, and if we're going to talk about toxic masculinity, can we also talk about toxic femininity? Yeah. And we talk about that too. Like, or how about toxic positivity? Because we got that too. So people tend to think they just attribute and lump masculinity in with toxic. There's nothing toxic about masculinity, but people can turn it into a toxic thing when they're misconstruing what masculinity means with just simply being a fucking asshole and a shitty human being. Those are not the same thing, right? Right. 100%. So, like, I don't agree with everything that Jordan Peterson says, but he says a lot of really good shit. Like I highly believe that a man should be capable of massive violence, but be able to keep that rein back because that is a massive masculine trait, right? So it kind of goes back to the old saying that it's better to be a warrior and a gardener than a gardener in a war. Like we need to be capable and we need to be able to get shit done. That doesn't mean you need to take those skills of being a warrior and then go push them on everybody else. There's a time and place for when that stuff is important.
Absolutely. And I feel like over here, because it's not like that anywhere else, like you said, I feel like they almost want, I feel like they want all of us to be weaker and stigmatize us and just so they can have more power over everybody because they want weak people around them. And what they do then is they do this and pass it around to try to almost cancel out manly men in their own little way, cancel them out from speaking out, from having this, and they put that perception out. But like you said, if you said something about toxic femininity, it would be like you're done. You're done. You know what I mean? But everything can be said about one group and not the other. And then if you have an argument back, you're also toast because you're not falling in line. And I just feel like it is the strangest shit that I've ever seen. Like, because you should want strength in numbers, like in your country and your your way of life. Now, I agree with you. There's a fine line, just like there is with anything in life.
Yeah.
Just like you can't go take 500 aspirin or a million certain vitamins that'll fucking kill you. Of course, you don't want to be like a toxic man that thinks they run the fucking world. That's over the top shit, though. That's not being a man. Is just being strong, being able to take some control, being able to take care of people. I mean, it's not what they try to make it out to be.
Yeah.
I mean, who wants a fucking weak man?
That's it. The thing is, look, there's the yin and yang of everything, right? And there's a continuum of this, right? Like, it's okay. Effeminate men, there's nothing wrong with that. Just like there's nothing wrong with really strong, traditionally masculine men, right? And like my wife is into that. We believe in our household that we both have a role, and sometimes those roles cross over, right? So, in a lot of cases, I'm the wife of the family because I'm the one that's the emotional crybaby. But at the end of the day, like I'm the man and she's the woman, right?
Right.
And again, like I said, we have dual roles and they cross over sometimes, but there's a very clear, definite line between who I am as a man and who she is as a woman.